Oh. Well, you can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. The music's loud. And it's showtime. Let's go.
Tonight on the show, Jake Simpson and
Chris Palmer.
And now, please welcome the lead demographic of Hot Topic's new Unhireable line and the perfect face for radio is your friend and mine, your host, Jared Isaacs.
Hi there, hey there, hello, and welcome to the Audio Roast. It's me, your host, Jared Isaacs. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking us out here today and spending a little bit of your time here with us. We've got a fun show for you today for all you bad mama jammas and dancing queens. We're doing a little bit of disco. That's right. We've got Chris Palmer, Jake Simpson here in the house with us. We are going to chat with them, get to know them off stage a little bit. Then we're going to go over to the Game Center and play some games, test their knowledge, and see who is the most knowledgeable when it comes to disco from 1976. So let's jump right into the show. If you're a fan of podcasts, consider checking ours out. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and search for the Audio Roast Podcast. It's an audio-only version of what we're doing here. You can also go to patreon.com/audio roast and consider becoming a monthly member. We'll give you some bonus footage, some backstage footage, some extra games that we play with the guests that you see on the shows, all kinds of fun stuff over there. So kick us a few bucks a month. We'll give you some extra stuff for your eyeballs, all the fun, fantastical, magical stuff for you at patreon.com/audio roast. You can also check out our playlist available at Spotify or iTunes. Just search for Audio Roast. You'll get playlists of songs used in past episodes and today's episode. So if you want some good jammage for your ear holes, check it out. You can also go to
audioroast.com.
Ooh, for your merch needs,
your playlists,
sponsor links,
YouTube links,
all that fun stuff. It's your official one-stop shop for all things Audio Roast related. So check it out, audioroast.com. Happy Mother's Day to all of you special moms out there. From everybody here at the Audio Roast, we hope that your day is as special as you. We've got something fun for you today, so let's check it out. Things famous mothers might have said. Well, we have no way of finding out what they might have said on some of these because we weren't there and neither was the internet. But we're going to fill in the blanks, so let's see what we've got. Mona Lisa's mother might have said, "After all the money your father and I spent on braces, that's the biggest smile you can give us?" Wow, that's one way to put it. Michelangelo's mother might have said, "Mike, can't you paint on walls like other children? Do you have any idea how hard it is to get that stuff off the ceiling?" Yeah, that ain't coming off for a while. We've got Mary's mother, who might have said, "I'm not upset that your lamb followed you to school, but I would like to know how he got a better grade than you." Mary is quite contrary. And finally, Batman's mother might have said, "It's a nice car, Bruce, but do you realize how much the insurance is going to be? Holy premium rates, Batman!" And that is things famous mothers might have said. All right, now it's time for your favorite part of the show, the most interactive part of the show. It's that time for
7 songs in 7 days.
Well, what a list we've got this week. Let's go ahead and jump right into things. From Christy Pressler in the number 7 spot, we've got Dancing Queen by A-Teens. That's right, it's a cover song. And to be honest, I'd rather listen to ABBA. The number 6 spot from Julia Drake Cobb. Number 1, by the way, if you're keeping track. We've got Music That You Can Dance To by Sparks. I'd rather listen to ABBA. In the number 5 spot from Christy Pressler, we've got The World Keeps Spinning by Theory of a Dead Man. Not so much on the Dead Man anymore, apparently. So it was a very butt rock song, but if you like that sort of thing, which I don't typically, but it was actually a good song. So if you want to rock the butt, don't rock the butt, baby, check it out. Number 4 spot from Julia Drake Cobb, we've got The One by the Foo Fighters. Not necessarily a song of theirs that I knew as a mainstream hit, but I didn't hate it. I don't know if I'd rather listen to that or ABBA, so let's move on. Also from Julia Drake Cobb, in the number 3 spot, we've got Come Together, another cover song. This one done by Gary Clark Jr., and I've got to say, this one actually stands and holds its ground against the Aerosmith cover. I really like what they've done with this. Good stuff. The number 2 spot from Kim Garmery, we've got Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band. How does it not make you want to move, man? It's just good stuff, good music. Number 1 position this week, though, drum roll please, Julia Drake Cobb with her 4th song of the week, Rock With You by Michael Jackson. Rock with you, yeah. That's right. So now it is your turn to nominate a song. Just use the hashtag 7 and submit any song from any genre, any style, or any decade. Just make it a song. We'll take the next 7 days, give it a listen, give it a rank, because it's new music, it's fun. It may or may not be ABBA, and we can. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to jump right into the show, so stick around.
This one means something to me. The mix-up. What's that? That's an instrumental, kind of like Hot Sauce, Beastie Boys, all the funkiest grooves. They stole them from everybody, from the OJs, from, let's see here, Sly and the Family Stone, James Brown. Check this album out if you've never listened to this one, check it out. We can find this kind of stuff at Rewind Records in Marshfield, Missouri. That's 1100 Spur Drive, Suite 120. Just about 20 minutes up the road east towards St. Louis from Springfield. Be careful and keep listening to good music.
I have just one question. Have you thought about being a guest on the show? We are currently seeking music lovers of all kinds to join in on our fun. If you're interested in being a guest, or if you just have questions, comments, or suggestions, you can message us on Facebook or email us at theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. You can also submit any topics you'd like to hear discussed.
I may or may not have been playing my special edition / action figure. May have been because I've had too much of this. Breakfast in America. Oh yeah, Classic Rock Coffee serving it up for us hot today. Hey Joshua, are you here with us?
I am indeed.
Well, hello there, sir. How are you?
I am doing well.
Good. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you, you mother.
Stop it. Hey, what do we got in our mugs today?
What do we have in our mugs? Well, we have Breakfast in America from Classic Rock Coffee. It is a light roast morning brew. It's nutty, has sweet citrus, and dark chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Yeah. This is one of our favorites, I think.
It is.
Yes, confirmed. Yeah. It is one of our favorites. Thank you so much, Josh, for that fine testimonial.
You're welcome.
All right. Yes, so if you've seen the news over this past week, you'll know that Dave Chappelle also was recently... Who's that at the door? mailbag. It sounds like the mail must be here. There it is. It's the mail. Let's check out what we've got this week in our bag. We've got a great question to start us off with. What do you think the greatest loss to rock was? Well, musicianship? Perhaps. But I'm sure that you mean people. I would almost have to go with the obvious Freddie Mercury. Josh, what do you think on this one?
I think guitar solos is the greatest loss.
Ooh.
We've lost them.
See, I agree and I disagree. That's a good point, but I've always questioned, why do we have to stick to that structure? Why are we so married to it? So, it's a good point. Good question. Which band has consumed the most alcohol during a tour? Josh, I'll let you start.
Is this a trivia question?
I think so. This is worth
Oh,
all the
gosh. I would have to say the Rolling Stones for two reasons. They've been around so long, and Keith Richards.
You won me over at Keith Richards.
Okay.
I don't know. I would argue it's got to be either Motley Crue or Ozzy. I don't know. The toss-up. My final answer that is they don't know because they don't remember. What three songs best describe your attitude towards life? Boy, that's heavy. Well, let's see here. I have put zero thought into this, so just off the cuff, I would have to say Jill Scott, Living My Life Like It's Golden, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and man, come back to me in a second. Josh, what do you got for this?
There's just one song for me.
Yeah?
The Hokey Pokey, because that's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. I'm going to go with Africa. Final answer. If you could go see any band / musician no longer with us, who would it be? Well, I have an option, but she's still with us. So I'm going to go... This is a tough one. I've already said Queen, so I won't give the same answer twice, although that's my runner-up. It's got to be Michael Jackson for me. I was a huge Michael fan, so that's definitely my number one. I wish I wouldn't have missed out on. What about you, Josh?
Probably Django Reinhardt.
Who?
Django Reinhardt,
Not
jazz
familiar.
guitarist. He only had the use of two fingers in his left hand.
Wow.
Yeah, was amazing.
That's
Amazing
crazy.
Jazz guitar player. He did stuff with two fingers that most people can't do with four.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on music made without actual instruments? A fine question, if I say so myself. Josh, we'll let you start on this one.
That music is, you can't make music without instruments, because even a computer can be considered an instrument because it's creating tones. So if they're saying just made solely on computers, it's an art form. Production is an art form in and of itself. So
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more to making music than actually playing the instrument. There's so much more that goes into it. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I would say I can't say that I'm opposed to it as long as you know how to play the actual instrument you're trying to replicate or fill in for. Because that way, at least you know the philosophies behind it, the theories, the music theories, and that kind of stuff. Because anybody can learn how to computer program and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily make you as a musician. So I would say as long as you're able to play the instrument to a certain level, no problem. What led you to choose the instruments you play over another? Wow, that's a fine question. Well, I started off on drums. I started as a drummer because my dad played drums, and so that was a cool way for me to create a connection musically with my dad. From there, I picked up a bass because it only had 4 strings, not 6. So I thought I could tackle that. And then from there, I decided to start singing. What's that?
Ain't so easy, is it?
It ain't.
Because it's got less strings, don't mean it's not difficult.
Yeah, I have no desire to learn guitar. If I thought it wasn't such a mountain to learn, I would, because I would like to be able to do the strummy sit by a campfire and sing songs, but I made it this far without doing it. What about you, Josh?
I need an excuse to grow my hair long.
Love it. And finally, do you think the surviving members of Van Halen should tour with Joe Satriani? I don't know. Thankfully, it's not a decision I have to make. I will say that I am a big believer that after the passing of Eddie, all of anybody that's in or been in a Van Halen camp need to just come together and pay homage and tribute to the Van Halen, Van Hagar legacy. What do you think?
I don't think they should ever be a quote-unquote Van Halen again.
I question if there should be a tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to your point, yeah, I think if you wanted to call it like the Van Halen experience or something like that, fine. But I think you're on the right track. Right. Don't make the same mistake twice.
Right.
They probably should have changed Van Halen to Van Hagar officially.
No.
Or at least something different.
No. See, I can get over the change in lead singer, but Van Halen, Eddie was Van Halen.
Sorry, Alex. You heard it here first. That is going to do it for this week's Viewer Mailbag. Let's start the show.
Classic rock coffee. It's coffee that rocks, yeah. This ain't your typical coffee shop. It's Java with attitude, baby. From the moment you step onto the stage, you'll see, hear and taste the difference. We're rocking and roasting 7 days a week with guitars, amps, lights, burning wrists and groupies. We've got the best coffee, frappes, smoothies, protein shakes, pastries and sandwiches. Oh yeah, green M&Ms if you get backstage. Come on in and get a whole lot of love. Get the idea, my babies? Even if you don't love classic rock. Well, that's impossible. You're gonna love classic rock coffee. Check us out. Located at Kansas Expressway and Sunset.
Hello, welcome back to the show, everybody. We're going to go ahead and bring out our first guest on today's episode. So, without any further ado, please welcome a good friend of mine, Mr. Jake Simpson.
Pillow?
Go for it. Yeah. Oh, you mean that audio roast? That audio roast pillow?
Marketing
available at audioroast.com. Nice little sound effect. Yeah. So, how's Jake Simpson?
Hey, man, I'm good.
Good.
Thanks. How you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm doing. Getting all moved in and cozied up in the new studio.
This is kind of rad. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, thanks. I think you're the first person that we've had on that was at our old studio as well. So
no kidding.
Yeah, this is our first time welcoming somebody back in the new place.
I feel like Paul Schaefer was maybe playing when I walked up. I don't really know for
maybe
sure.
even a disco song. Yeah, you know anything about that?
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about disco. I'm much too young to remember that music.
Of course, yeah. We in our 20s don't remember those things.
No, of course not. I'm a Zier.
Yeah, right.
Called. Okay.
So, what have you been up to musically lately? I mean, I know a lot. You're in a lot of bands and stuff, so.
You know, there's the day job gigs, and I've been just, kind of spending time working on records and stuff and writing a disco album, album of disco music.
Say what?
Yep, I have a disco album now.
Hey.
It's not released yet.
Do you have an idea when it will be released?
Nope.
Okay.
I just got to go, mow some yards so I can get some money and have it all mastered. And
Gotcha. Yeah. But you're doing the recording and stuff yourself, though, yeah? Yeah. And then
I have a studio in my apartment. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Like every 5-year-old does these days.
Yes, 100%. Yep. Got a computer, you're a musician.
I have 3 computers, and they're all older than me, so it works out really well because I'm only.
So if you don't have fresh ideas for whenever you're writing music, you can just play Oregon Trail.
Absolutely.
Love it.
What's that? That's a video game.
Yeah, one of them.
Do they still call them
video games? Yeah, something like that. So a new disco album, and you've played all the instruments and stuff on this yourself, or are you bringing in other
instruments?
Right.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing.
Okay, this better be good.
Okay, I don't play the drums, and so that's the one thing that I had to program.
So you play the MIDI.
So I don't even do that.
Oh, really?
I'm so lazy. I point and click a sample, and I bring it over, and I put it in the timeline. I go, ooh, there's a kick drum sound. That's perfect. And, do the same thing. But nice. I did download some really good 70s drum samples.
Yeah.
So I'm using those. Everything else, though, like bass, fake guitar, all the keyboard parts, all the vocals and everything I do live.
Right.
And I try to do them all like a take at a time. So there's no sampley stuff going on. So you get the feel,
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So how long has it taken you to record the songs that you've got recorded so far?
Started... I used a lot of material that I've written over the years, and I never could find a direction for it. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, a disco album. Well, that's a great idea. That's something else that maybe no one will ever hear that I do. So I'm going to do it. And so I just use all these great old songs, and about, 5 or 6 of them are brand new. But
nice.
I started, October maybe?
Yeah. Wow.
On the actual like bringing it all together into one place production of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, from what little bit I've seen in a preview, that's a lot of songs to be doing in a 6-month time span.
It's 11 tracks right now, and then I've got a bunch of other stuff that I'd written just before that. That's not necessarily in the disco vein or the neo disco vein.
Right. Yeah.
And I might include some of those too, because I kind of want it to be a little bit of a longer concept-y sort of album, but who knows?
Have you done a full album before of just original? Okay.
But
I did
not
one
in
disco.
2008.
Okay.
No, the one I did in 2008 was just all over the place genre-wise. It was just like, well, what do I feel like today? Oh, this sort of sounds like an EDM song. Okay, let's do that. What's this one? A country song. Oh, let's do that.
Gotcha. So as an artist, was it hard to hone in and stay in theme?
No, it made it so much easier because I was able to go, okay, I know what disco sounds like.
Sure.
That's my jam. Yeah. And as soon as I kind of knew where my tempos were supposed to be, and it's all going to be a lot of 4 on the floor, it's going to be classic disco vibes. And that's stuff that just made it so much easier to hone in on everything and sort of funnel it all into one place.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I want to ask you this because you and I are a lot of the same in that we do original music, we do cover stuff. Why is both okay with you? Like, why are you still cool with doing covers? Why are you not like that singer-songwriter? Oh, you cover artist, that kind of thing.
Well, I'll tell you, that singer-songwriter, oh, you cover artist guy, he never worked, and he didn't make a living doing this stuff.
Gotcha.
Generally, around here anyway.
Yes.
Maybe he did on the West Coast or in New York or in Nashville or something like that. But I started out playing covers when I was just a little kid.
Right.
And, my first band we played 50s and 60s music for our parents. So it's been covers since day one for me because that's what paid the bills.
Yes.
It pays
absolutely.
The bills. But, in my ripening age of 28, I feel the need that I need to, sort of get another one out there. I need to get some more original material out there. I haven't released anything since 2008.
Wow.
Which was a long time ago.
So you're like Guns N' Roses. Like we have to wait like 13 years for a new album.
Absolutely. And Guns N' Roses released their first album, obviously, when they were 6 years old, too.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
I
don't remember it, but yeah. Oh, cover that up. So let's see here. What else? So something else. I'm not going to hit the normal stuff. I mean, I'll hit it right now and say this, that we've already talked about your time on Oprah. We've talked about Star Search a little bit. But I want to talk about Jake Simpson off stage. You're into trucks. You're into like tinkering and stuff. Tell me about.
I can rebuild a carburetor for you if you need it done. It's no big deal, bro. Whatever.
How did that come about?
I grew up in a garage, man.
Did you?
Yeah, I grew up in my mom's beauty shop, and at the same time, I grew up in my uncle's garage, and so I had the best.
So, which can you do
worlds.
quicker, change a tire or do a roller set?
Definitely change a tire.
Okay,
that's my jam. I don't know, man. I never seem to have in my, especially younger days, I never had enough money to have someone else do something, so I always had to figure out how to do it myself.
Right.
And that's okay. You know, I was changing tires and putting different tires on wheels by the time I was 14 on a tire changer, manual tire changer.
Yeah. Not just like lug nuts and here's a new
no.
like
This
you're talking on the rim.
I'm going to say, like, you know, here's a worn out tire that might have 3 miles left in it. So I'm going to put this on the rim that was on my car that I'm going to start driving next year when I'm 16.
Yeah.
I learned all that stuff because there was no one else around.
So it came from necessity, not so much like, oh, you like to tinker with things. And
I actually kind of hate tinkering with stuff. I just want things to just work.
Gotcha.
You know, but the only way to get them to work is to fix them.
Because I know you've tinkered around with keyboards and all kinds of stuff too. Yeah.
I worked for Rhodes for a long time down in Long Beach when I lived in LA, and I guess I do kind of like tinkering with things. It's different with musical stuff because it's an instant gratification when you get that note tuned and voiced just right, and it feels great under your fingertip, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, this is
and you like a lot of that vintage
if
type
you
gear,
will.
right?
Yeah, right.
So you know the sound that you're after, and when it sounds right and stuff. So I get that. And then when you get it, you just want it to work. It's not that
I don't
you
want
like
to screw with it
tinkering.
on stage. Like I don't want to get stage
Right.
and be like middle C is like thunk thunk,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is, I can pop the top and fix it, but you know, still, I want it to be good when I get there.
Yeah. Another thing that you do in your off time is
I love all the air quotes.
I know, right? When we do this on audio version, it'll be great. We'll just have to put in an air quote sound effect. Yes. So you're also helping out at Feedback School of Music. What all are you doing there?
Oh, there's a band of kids there. I call them kids because they're, you know, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing kids inspired to create their own material because I wasn't that kid.
Big same.
I was clueless, you know, still clueless for the most part. But I'm, you know, these kids want to make a record, and it's like, okay, let's make a record.
Yeah.
And so Justin Ward, the guy who runs the place, he said, hey, do you want to come in and engineer some recordings? And I was like, sure. What kind of music? And he's like, heavy metal. And I went, okay. I think I can do this. I've got 12 dB earplugs. You know, we'll mix it loud. Okay, well, this will work out great. It's so much fun, and the kids are really super nice.
Yeah.
And they are so on top of their game when they come in there. It's just like, you know, 3 or 4 takes, and it's done.
Yeah.
And then we're sticking. You know,
are you working with
vocal
just the one band, or are you working with several students?
So far, just the one band.
The Meese is who you're. Yeah.
Yep.
Great guys. Super super great. I love those guys. Whenever I was over at the Riff, it was really funny. I was cleaning up at the end of a night, and Feedback had done one of their showcases and stuff. And so I was up and on the balcony, like picking up beer bottles and that kind of stuff. And they, as a pack, as a group, as a band, which is not something that happens nowadays. It's usually, oh, this is our guy. All of them came up to me and were like, sorry, my voice wasn't great. No, we really just wanted to impress you. And I'm like, you standing right there right now impressed me more than any of the best singers in town.
Yeah.
So I've always had a soft spot for the Meese. And like you said, they're on their game. They really know
They
what
really are.
they're doing.
And they're producing material. I mean, it's heavy metal, and that's a new thing for me to try to figure out where all of these sounds live in a
where
mix.
they fit. Yes.
Yeah. Because I am like the opposite, where I mix super quiet usually. I make a big fat mix when I'm done.
Right.
But I like to mix things in a place where everything sort of has its place. But in that type of music, everything is walking all over everything else, and then you fit the vocal in there somewhere. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if that's what it sounds like, that's what it sounds like, and you do it.
Right. But that's cool for you as an artist too, to kind of
Helps
get
me.
out of your own little box and, you know, I'm going to do this. And maybe there'll be one little nugget of something that you bring back in with your next disco album or something, you know, so that's really cool. And it's really cool. And I just want to say thanks for giving back to the community because it's so nice.
I love doing that stuff. And I love engineering live music anyway. I mean, I love doing front of house live stuff.
Do you really?
I don't do it anymore, but I used to. I traveled the world with a group called Impact for several years. It was, you know, 6 guys all on mics.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is that there were no instruments. It was completely a cappella, but I had to make them sound like a band with the instruments they were trying to recreate vocally.
Oh, wow.
So a whole lot of EQ, a lot of, you know, you can only do it on an analog console because you got to follow them all around the stage. When one guy goes here, you follow them with the panning knob and they go across the stage and they go back this way.
Yeah.
To try to, you kind of want to just like mesmerize is the wrong word, but you want to bring people into that moment and make it so specific just to that moment that you can't recreate it again. Exactly. And I did that for several years. I traveled to Korea and Europe and Canada and just all over the place with Japan. I had such a great time with them. They're cool. Yeah. And I miss that, you know?
Yeah. See, and I didn't expect that from you, and I don't know why.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, same kind of, weirdness where a musician, rebuilds carburetors. I
that's
love
what
to do a bunch of different stuff.
Yes, and I
get bored.
I love learning that about people because we know people in our own community as, oh, you're the keyboard player singer.
Right.
Like, no, you're way more than that.
Well, you're always instantly pigeonholed in that thing that you're known to do.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, by the way, you have a carburetor that needs to be rebuilt for your Honda, your 68 Honda,
Right.
125. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Sure. I can rebuild that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think, judging by the time that I didn't set, I think we're about all out. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before we do, two things. I said that I wasn't going to bring up Star Search, but I saw a post recently on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
And
Naomi.
God, I'm going to try not to cry right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
She was so great.
was she? I didn't get to see that edition of Star Search. Was she one of the judges? I assume.
She was judged consistently for both seasons, and she was like the one judge that no matter what always had something nice to say. And if you remember at that time on those kinds of shows, it was all about degrading people that were trying to do their best for you.
Well, that was about early 2000s. That's
03,
exactly
04 I was on,
exactly when Simon Cowell was happening. Everybody's like, we need our next Simon Cowell.
Oh yeah. And I just absolutely hate that because music, it's not like sports where we're all in competition. Music is a thing that we all do as a team and we all do together. And she understood that, and she always had something positive and sweet and usually hilarious to say after every performance.
Wow.
And she was the exact same way off camera. They didn't let us mingle with the judges on the show because they didn't want to develop a personal bond between us. But I got to speak to her a few times after like the final shows, and she was so sweet. My dad used to call her husband Larry and ask for show business advice for me.
Wow.
And they were just she was the real deal. I can't believe she's gone.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Same.
I did not see it coming.
No. Yeah. And it's one of those things. Mental health is a real deal, and it's a constant struggle. And it holds no limits.
Got to check on your friends and family and give them hugs,
especially the ones that are smiling.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So before we wrap this up, I'm going to give you a couple options before we head out. You can add to my big shiny ball. We can make something out of Play-Doh, or we can go rock, paper, scissors, 2 out of 3.
Love Play-Doh.
Do you?
Absolutely. Did you make it yourself, or does it come from a can?
Oh, God, no.
It comes from a can.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Comes from a can, man. Which color you want?
I want orange, man. That's
All
my
right.
color. That's my jam right there. Is it okay if I make a toilet?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be highly impressed, to be honest.
Is this COVID?
As long as it's non-functioning.
Oh, well, I'm not that good. Let's see. Okay. I mean, how much time do I have?
Oh, we can Benny Hill it up if it's a big project.
Do we get the Benny Hill music to go along with it?
Sure.
Hope?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It's like
Good enough for me.
Play-Doh Agami.
Something like that.
Yeah.
A little swan action.
And now this might be high, but I think it's actually approved for ADA, so this will work real well. And there is what we in
That's
my hometown
fantastic.
call a turlet.
Yes, I love it.
Turlet.
A turlet.
Like a Fred Flintstone turlet,
Made out of bedrock. Indeed.
if you will.
Jake Simpson, everybody.
Classic Rock Coffee. Our coffee rocks.
Hey Springfield, Robert and Shell Cook here.
And together we are Zenland's Photo Media.
You've probably seen us around town, but did you know we also do family and children photography?
Don't forget maternal and infant sessions.
As well as senior portraits and weddings.
Please keep us in mind when you need event coverage and videography.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or at www.zenlandsphotomedia.com.
Or you can give us a call at 417-818-7067 and book your session today.
Heyo, welcome back to the show. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's go ahead and welcome at this time, my next guest, Chris Palmer. Oh my goodness.
We're going to get up here because it's a big old chair.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable.
Oh, yeah, and I think...
Oh, yeah, audio
it
roast.
almost matches my pants.
It almost does. Are those bean pants? No, those are cheetah.
Those bean pants. We
No,
could
that's-
pretend. We could pretend they
No,
are.
no.
No, these are leopard, cheetah, some type of cat.
Wow.
We can decide later. I don't know. And then YouTube's on the other side if you all wanted to know. This is the mystery of the other side of the pillow.
There you go. Don't. Let's make sure we're in front of that mic.
Oh,
too.
other side
Yeah,
of the
think
pillow.
podcasty, but look
Okay.
talk showy.
I'm looking.
There you go.
Hi.
How in the heck are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Yeah,
There- yeah,
really
you can-
good. Really good.
You are a busy woman.
I like it that way.
So tell me where to start. Like, what all bands and stuff are you in right now?
Okay, well, the latest one is 70 Funk All Stars, and yeah, whoop whoop, yeah, it's lots of funk and disco magic.
Yes.
And then that one just like happened within the last couple months or so.
Right. I was gonna say it must have been fairly recent because
Yeah.
70 Funk has been around for
forever.
years. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was new. And then the most recent after that was ABS. I was asked to be part of ABS last year.
Nice.
Which was awesome because those guys are magic. And that's like the R&B group for
Yes. No, there's a lot of talent in that band.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And call them the old heads. It's okay. It's okay. They like it. And then we have the Sauce, which
Nice.
is still kicking it and doing things and playing what nobody else plays and just having a good old
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So with the Sauce, is that kind of like what can people expect when they hear the Sauce? It's
Oh my-
different perhaps from 70 Funk and ABS. Or is there?
Well, ABS is R&B. 70 Funk is kind of most primary like disco, funk, dance. And then the Sauce, I would say, is a little bit of everything. Except country. We don't really do that. But we do like everything from Steely Dan to Kenny Loggins and Billy Ocean and Prince and Michael
Nice.
Jackson and just a plethora
Yeah.
of things. Just
So it sounds
all
like
over the place.
that's a project that is things that Chris Palmer wants to sing and wants to do, that kind of thing. Not like we've got to stay in this funk box or we've got to stay in this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I was the last person asked to be part of the group. And it's the young heads that are choosing all the old school songs.
Yeah.
For real. Like
Which is nice.
I
Yeah.
chose the Dua Lipa, which now she's,
Right now
poor
she's
thing.
old news. Yeah, that
I
was
know.
last Thursday.
Yeah.
Next. Yeah.
Poor thing. Anyway, but yeah, no, so yeah, it's a great collaboration of different generations of musicians in the area because a lot of our members are from Funk Tank, if anyone around here is familiar.
Yeah.
So the energy they bring is just infectious. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
so.
it's
Yeah,
just
nobody
a great
stands
show.
still on stage, which is great.
No,
Yeah.
and Cassidy Klingon, look, she's magic. So yeah, if you get a chance to see the Sauce, it's a fun show.
Yeah, I've seen you guys play before at the Riff, and it was a great
okay.
show. Yeah, it was really
thanks.
good.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's fun.
What is some of your favorite things that you play, that you sing, and what on the opposite end are things that you're like, God, we got to do this song again, but the crowd loves it, or do you have things like that?
Oh my!
You're like, how much time do we have?
Oh my God, I have a list. Let's go. No, I think the standard old school tunes that every band in this area has been required to play more times than it should, like Play That Funky Music, White Boy, or Brick House,
Right.
or which are great, old school
Sure,
songs.
but you've been there, done
just
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So they've been done. Yeah. So, and the stuff that I love is stuff that I've never done before. Like, I'm getting to, I did a little bit of in Atlanta when I lived in Atlanta because I also do original music too. Kane and I have done albums and albums worth of stuff. But when I was in Atlanta, I used to work with a lady named Silky Soul, and I was one of her background singers. And we did a bunch of Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and all that kind of
my
stuff.
gosh.
And that is like where my heart's at.
Same.
Yeah,
Living my
so
life like it's going.
uh-huh,
Yes, love it.
So when the band brought up wanting to do a Jill Scott tune. The fact that I'm getting to do some Jill Scott in the Sauce in Springfield, Missouri, and people like get it.
Oh yeah, no, there's going to be a ton of people watching this saying, Jill Scott, who's that? And I'm like, do your research.
Google it.
She's amazing. In fact, I think she's on an Allstate commercial or a Geico commercial or something right now. And
singing,
I'm like,
singing her. And if you haven't seen it, there's a versus between her and Erykah Badu that's on Instagram.
Really?
Oh my, it's the best thing.
Wow.
In the
Yeah, I
world.
love both of them.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you get a chance, check that out. But yeah, so
based on today's show, since we're doing kind of a disco show, it's really interesting to me. I don't know why until recently, until like the last year or two when I saw you with The Sauce and 7D Funk Now and that kind of stuff. I've always known you as like a pop/hip hop, you know, back when you were with Pearl and that kind of stuff, doing that. So it's really interesting to me. Like, did you grow up with disco, or is that something that you're just recently like, you know, I'm tired of singing all the new stuff, I'm going to go back?
Right. I grew up with all of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, my parents listened to everything. I'll tell you, Donna Summer was probably one of the biggest musical influences of my life in general. Yeah. And I caught her right there at the disco time. My stepfather really liked Donna Summer. So there was, and Barbra Streisand. So we had a lot of those two voices being played in the house. And for all of our enjoyment, they did a song together, which is magical. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of disco influence in my childhood. A lot of hip hop influence in my childhood.
Sure.
Hip hop is my first love, probably. And it's because when everything changed musically, I feel like
gotcha. Now, like what year-ish are we talking? Are we talking 80s? Are we talking 90s?
1978. Gotcha. 1979 is when I first was introduced to hip hop.
Yeah.
And then it just watching MTV and all of the birth of all of that was huge for us when we were kids.
Big time.
Huge. And so it's because we never got to see like our heroes.
Not if you're here in Springfield, Missouri.
No,
yeah, no, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
And you know, we'd be up before MTV. I'd be up on Friday nights listening to what was that? There was a show Friday night. Friday night videos, and like it would go on from like midnight to 2 a.m, and it was all these British music videos. It was like a British show.
What is it?
What is it? Yes. Yes.
Night Tracks, yeah.
Yes. And so, yeah. So I was obsessed. So I would stay up super late on the weekends just to watch.
Yeah.
That. You know, so
Well, because a lot of that stuff put a face to what you're hearing. Like you can go into a record store or a cassette store back in the day.
Right.
And kind of look through albums and figure out who you might like. But you have no idea like what they're about.
No.
So yeah, it was really cool to be able to see that. Yeah.
And the only way that you would know that is from the teen magazines.
Exactly so. Yes.
You know, and that was if they were mainstream. If they weren't, you know, there was no YouTube. You could look somebody up and be like,
that's such
this
a
is
lost
their life
concept,
story.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've bought albums based just on the album artwork and like, I don't know who this is, but that's appealing.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Sure. Besides doing your cover stuff, you said that you also write songs and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What kind of stuff do you write?
Hip hop.
Is it hip hop? Really? Nice.
Usually,
but it's like singing kind of hip hop. Yeah. It's not like rap hip hop.
Well, Kane and I had a band called Nappy's Joint in Georgia that we were very good friends with Zach Brown, and so we were at one point on the verge of being signed. We were recording at his home studio and stuff in Atlanta. We had recorded several songs. A new guy took over the label and got rid of the urban side of the label and the rock side of the label. And
it's crazy
only
how
kept
often
the
that
country.
happened. Yes. Yeah.
And Zach had to let it go. He had too many, irons in the fire. He just couldn't keep it all. He was losing his mind essentially because he had so much going. So I don't blame him at all for making those choices or whatever. He's a great guy, so talented. It's crazy. But so we had that going, and that was like reggae, rock, hip hop sound.
Wow.
In fact, Dan and Tara played a clip of that in one of their little video clips where their monitors are going out, and Dan's like had a couple of glasses of wine. Right. It's Dan.
Yeah.
And he's just like, we're just gonna blow it out, and so he's playing one of our tunes called Trombone, and but yeah, it really fun music.
Nice.
And
I'm super
poignant,
intrigued to hear
like,
that.
Very political too. There's a lot of political stuff with it. Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, if you've got some of that, you should send it to me because I'd love to play it on the show at some point if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because like I said, a lot of people in this area, myself included, only know you as being in the bands that we've talked about. I didn't know that you did. Do you play an instrument as well, or do you just sing?
I do not. I allow others
I
to
barely
do that for me.
but yeah, I'm not.
Well, I can't look. Kane has for years. Somebody's tried to hand me a tambourine.
Oh yeah.
Like
no.
I can't do two things at once.
Not even a tambourine. Come on, man. Everybody can do a
Stop it right
tambourine.
now. No, I can't. Like I'll start playing it like I'm singing.
Gotcha. You can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Not in any way.
Yeah, gotcha.
Shape or form. There's none of this. Like I can't. Yeah. No.
What took you down to Atlanta?
Music.
Just a bigger area.
I moved there at the end of the 90s for music. I was going there to follow my dreams and, do my music
why
thing.
Atlanta, not LA? Was that passe at that point? Like everybody's doing LA?
Atlanta was the hot spot for what I wanted to do.
Yes, gotcha. Genre-wise and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was always on the edge of like pop, but R&B, soul, hip hop. Like I kind of all of that. And when we had a music family called Music House that was down there, and there was like 30 of us, and we had writers, producers, musicians, artists, bands. Like it was like a huge family of individuals and so much talent.
Wow.
So when I went down there, it was like just becoming part of this really incredible group of musicians. It was like family. It was great.
And it's funny because it sounds like you're actually kind of ahead of the curve on that, because based on exactly what I said, even like Hollywood and stuff, there's a ton of movies and stuff being filmed down in Georgia right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like the new hot spot.
Oh, it's the spot.
So yeah, that's really cool. We're gonna play some games and stuff if you want to stick around.
Oh my God, I'm
excited for that. Hey, Jake Simpson, are you still here? You want to play some games?
No, I left.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Okay.
So before we head out, I'm going to give you some options as well.
Yes.
So, Chris, we can make something out of Play-Doh. We can do an awkward pause, or you can add to my big shiny ball.
Okay, I like shiny balls, apparently.
Well, I mean, if you're a jewelry girl, maybe we can make something.
Shiny. Oh my God, I'm a little nervous about it. Okay.
So this is a ball that's been comprised of most of the guests that have been on the show since we've moved over here. So you'll have your own little mark in our ball whenever. Hopefully one day it won't even fit through the door.
Okay.
So you tear off some and add to the ball, and then we'll go from there.
All right. We're excited about it. Does it matter how much I'm adding?
Nope. We want the Chris Palmer amount. So whatever you feel is right.
The Chris Palmer amount, perfectly symmetrical.
There you go.
Oh my God, yes.
All right, so now you can pick a number between 1 and 4.
Oh my God, there's more. Okay. 1 and 4. 2.
2. So go ahead and throw it at camera 2.
This week's artist spotlight, Jake Simpson.
Talk to you.
know who he wants to be. No, he's not a freak like me. He'll never give you what you need. He's not a freak. He's not a freak. He's not a freak. Not a freak. Like me, baby. He's not a freak, not a freak. Like me, not a freak. He'll never give you what you need.
Hello and welcome back. We've made our way over to the Game Center here, and we're going to play some fun games with Jake and Chris. We're going to start off with this one right here. Guess that emoji. That's what we're going to be doing. So it almost sounds like we need, somebody that writes jingles or something to make some cool jingle music.
What's an emoji again?
Okay, so are we familiar with emojis? I guess that's a good...
Is that the one with the smiley face?
That's them. So the way this is going to work is we've got... by the way, let me back this up here. So... There you go. All these games today are going to be themed disco. So we might slip into a little bit of funk, we might slip into a little bit of R&B, but it's going to be disco-y. So don't hone in too much on that, but that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to show a couple emojis that are pieced together, and we need you to name the song that it's referring to and who did the song, each of which will give you a point.
It shouldn't be difficult at all. Okay.
So, without any further ado, let's see what our first emoji is.
Oh, yeah, car. Oh.
Oh, looky there.
See, I told you I sucked at everything.
All right, Chris, what do we got?
Oh, you were first. Okay.
Car Wash by Rolls Royce.
All right, let's see if that's a correct answer. Car Wash by Rolls Royce. 2 points on the board for Chris Palmer. Good stuff. All right, let's jump right into our next one. Not jumping off the page, do you?
Do we get people?
Chris Palmer.
Shake Your Booty
By
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Think that's right?
That's a page.
It's
You got to get with the kids, Jake.
Well,
it's
at least it's not an eggplant.
Ew,
okay. Alrighty then.
Shake it more than twice. Never mind. Let's go ahead and see if that is the answer. Shake Your Booty by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Good stuff. Good stuff. 2 more points on the board for Chris. Man.
Nice.
Jake, are you awake over there, sir?
Where?
Huh? Hello.
Who?
Let's try.
I told you I was bad with buzzers.
All right, let's go ahead and see our next one.
Can we help each other, or is that against the rules?
What are your initial thoughts? What's Oh, Jake Simpson coming in hot.
Screaming Door by Garth Brooks.
I have only known Garth Brooks to be a disco queen, so yes, that's exactly what that must be.
The problem is I'm way too literal, and that's always gets me in trouble.
Incorrect, unfortunately.
I guess I was wrong.
Chris, you've got a chance to steal if you happen to. I mean, feel free to talk it out, break it down. What's our first emoji?
Yelling?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, we're on the right track. What's the next one? So what would you talk to? What would you talk to a door about?
Closing?
Knocking? Would you knock on the door?
With your voice? I mean, you got some pipes, girl.
Guns N' Roses didn't do disco. So
no.
That's it.
Jake.
Knock on wood?
Oh, that's a good guess, but no. You also don't knock with your voice.
I mean, like,
oh, Lord.
Some of us don't.
All right, let's Go ahead and
I almost
reveal.
said a bad word.
Open sesame.
Yeah.
2 points for nobody.
That's really more funk, though.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying.
I'm just saying.
Some kind
Was
of
on
dip
Saturday
into
Night Fever.
that.
Just saying.
It was. It's true. That's still, you know.
Open sesame.
Sorry,
It's like
we'll
you've
let
heard
it-
that
we'll
a
let
time
it
or two.
slide. We'll let it
Yeah.
slide. All
Good
right,
stuff.
let's go.
Let's go and check out our next one.
We got it.
Jake.
Play that funky music, white boy.
By.
That cherry thing. Wild cherry.
Oh, let's see if that's.
Buck cherry. Pickle cherry.
Yeah, I love it.
So bad.
Let's see what the answer is.
Oh, wild cherry. Did I say
There you go.
Bam,
And just like that, finally, Jake
Are
is
we
on the
tied?
board.
Oh, I just woke up.
So we've got
haven't had a
4 to 2
cocktail
right
yet.
now. Let's continue on our little journey here.
I already forgot the one we did before.
Me too.
Oh.
It's a dead ringer, Jake. Let me tell you, it's a dead.
Suck.
Careful.
What's the rest, you think?
Lolly.
Would you like a hint?
Sucker.
Lollipops are not sour. They're not bitter. They're
Sweet.
Sweet.
yeah. There you go. There's your hint.
There ain't nothing but sweet about a zombie.
Sweet zombie.
Okay, so this one might be a little bit of a stretch on both parts. So we've got the first word.
Death.
Sweet dream, baby. No, not that one.
No Roy Orbison, no. So maybe not so much zombie, maybe more like a, I don't know, swamp thing or something like that. You know, green and
Thing? Shaka Khan.
Oh.
What was it? Hey, we got a button buzz. What is it?
Sweet Thing, Shaka Khan and Rufus.
Let's see if that's a correct answer.
Sweet thing. Yep.
Boom.
That was good.
Good stuff, guys. I know it's
glad
a
you
it's a
didn't
long
have to give
scenic
me the
road
answer.
that we're
It was
on, but
great.
we'll get there
I
eventually.
figured it all by myself.
I'm not gonna do that when you're in here. You can do
Don't,
it.
Celine,
Yeah, you can do
don't
it.
do it.
Let's see if we've got
Did
another
Mariah
one
do
here.
that too? Sorry.
Oh, good.
Ooh. Oh!
Oh, Chris.
Love Hangover.
Oh.
Diana Ross.
Oh
Yes.
Lord, let's see if that's right.
Yeah!
The intro of that song.
Yes!
So good.
Good
Did
stuff.
that.
I'm glad that you got a Diana Ross song after all the hype over there.
Look, I'm telling you right now.
You ain't playing.
I'm pulling my pants up right now just cause.
Oh my gosh.
You can do it.
Do we have any more? Or is that it?
Was this the last? That was the last one. Okay.
Is that it?
That was it.
All right, that's going to
Nice.
wrap up Guess That Emoji. We're going to keep tally, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next level production and let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. For more information, contact Jared Isaacs at sunsetproductionsspringfield@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Sunset Productions. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox. Be an experience.
Yes, we made it back, and so did you, I hope. We've got one more game here for you, so let's see what we've got. Guess the song
I might actually do okay on this one.
In reverse. All right, so we've got some good feedback on this already.
Okay.
I like it. Some confidence. All right, so that's exactly it. We're
This
gonna.
might get flipped now.
This is kind of our version of a Ouija board here. So we'll see what kind of disco divas we can summon
Satan's
up.
here, okay.
So what we've got is 30 seconds of a clip, disco, funk, R&B, that kind of thing. We're gonna play 30 seconds of it backwards. At any point, if you can buzz in with the name of the song and the artist, again, we'll give you a point for each. So, baby, let's go ahead and see what our first song is. Jake.
You Should Be Dancing by the Bee Gees.
Go ahead and kill that. Okay, well, we didn't. There you
Ow!
All right, so 2 points on the board for Jake. Let's go ahead and see what our next song is.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Jake.
That was it.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Chris did it.
That was James Brown.
What is it?
Get up.
Yeah.
Get up off of that thing and dance so you feel better.
All right, let's see if that is indeed the correct answer. Get up off of that thing. Huh.
I got you 2 points, girl. Hey.
That's the way we do it.
Nice, 2 points.
All right, let's go ahead and see what our next song is. Jake.
Nope.
Oh,
Chris.
Chris.
Oh my god. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I used to do it with a cover band in LA.
I know! I've done it at least 1,000 times.
All right, now there's a chance to steal.
Oh my god, I can't think of the name of the song.
Definitely not September. It's,
no, it's not.
Nope. Crap.
I can't
Nope,
think of it.
it's not there. I don't have it.
Oh my god.
Have we stumped you?
Consider me stumped.
Well, we've got
Like
a possible 1
stumped.
point. Let's go ahead and see what the answer is. Earth, Wind, and Fire,
yes.
Get Away. So 1 point for Chris on that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what our next song is. Jake.
Is it I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor?
Do you think that's the right answer, Chris? All right, let's reveal. Oh.
Oh no.
What is it? I can't see it.
Turn the Beat Around by Victor
no.
Sue Robinson.
Damn it, mastered by the same guy. Maybe.
Now, Roger.
Probably not, though.
Unfortunately, no points on that one. Let's go ahead and see what our next song is.
Oh my god, it's good.
Jake.
GQ. It's heavenly, baby. Everything to me, Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel.
Yeah.
All right, and it's by who?
GQ.
All right, let's see if that
I
is
think it was
indeed
GQ. Wasn't it
the
GQ?
correct answer.
Tavares, damn it!
Oh, man.
But
Close.
he gets 1 point.
But
He gets 1
He
point.
gets 1 point. Uno pointo. We've got one more song here before we wrap things
Oh
up.
my god, another song.
So this is going to be worth 2 points as well. Let's see what it is.
Oh. This is not a disco song. I know it's not, and everybody thinks it is. Yeah. at me strong. Look at me strong. We gotta get it right back to where we started from. You can sing the whole
Who
damn thing.
did it? I can't think who did it.
Is it Vicky Sue Robinson?
No, that was who did the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can't think of her name.
No? Do we have a song title? I'll take a buzz in if you do.
I can't remember the name of the song.
I don't remember the name of the song. I just know. Get it right.
We started from. Look at me strong. We gotta get it right back to where we started from.
We're going to have to call time on this one.
All right.
Started from.
Well, we're going to have to call
Get
it.
it right
Let's
back. Get it right.
see what the answer
Right back,
is.
get it right back, get it right back.
Maxine
right back where we
Nightingale.
started from, Maxine Nightingale.
Right back where we
She's
started
got a great
from.
name.
Oh, indeed. So we're going to go ahead over to Patreon if you're a patron, and we're going to play another game for you. So
Do
check
one
it out.
for the paying folks.
That's right.
Start
a little
taking
fun
it
feed
off
over
right
on
now.
Patreon.
Who knows, it's the
So,
same thing.
check it out. Well, that wraps up today's episode, so thank you so much for joining us. We've tallied up all the points, and today's big winner is Chris Palmer. She won 11-5. Awesome.
And you get a car, and you get a car.
That's right.
Yes!
Well played.
Sorry,
Good job.
I was super excited.
No, that's
Okay.
great. That's great.
I don't win anything ever.
Well, we've got a sticker. We'll give you a sticker. So thank you so much for your time and for coming on the show. Honestly, it was a lot of fun having you.
Thank you
So,
for having me.
Where can people find and follow you? And do you have any upcoming shows?
Chris with a K, last name Palmer, like, I don't know, the golfer or the baseball player or whatever. Yeah, Palmer. And I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm in 3 bands, The Sauce, ABS Band, and what was the other one? 70 Funk All-Stars.
That's the one.
So check those out. Yeah. Bam.
Awesome. Thank you so
Bam-a-lam.
much.
Absolutely.
I had a great time. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Jake?
Oh,
Not
hi.
so much the big winner today, but we had a lot of fun with you anyway. So it just means we got to have you back on and, play some games that you can win.
Okay, so tic-tac-toe?
Yes, we actually
all
we
about
can
that.
make that happen. Yeah.
I will win every game of tic-tac-toe if I get to go first.
We'll have him back. Where can people find or follow you?
Ooh, I have the one called Facebooks. I also think I have the one called Instagrams. Pretty sure. I don't have a TikToks.
Good.
Working on that, maybe someday.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. Buy my disco record. It's all original music if it ever comes out.
When it does come out, where are you going to release that?
No clue.
Is it going to be vinyl only? Is it going to be digital?
I'm thinking about pressing vinyl, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm actually mastering it for vinyl first.
I love
So
that.
we'll see how that
I love
works.
that. Very cool. Jake, thank you so much for your time, and
buddy.
thanks for coming on the show. Had a great time with you. And don't forget that times are hard for everybody right now, so may your cup of coffee and your love of music be strong, but your sense of humor be even stronger. We'll see you next week.
Aw.
Hey-o.
My laundry needs to get finished.